Hello and welcome to our Webex tutorial for mobile devices. Here we'll show you how to attend a Webex conference using a mobile device such as a smartphone or tablet. For starters, let's cover how to search and register for events with your mobile device. First, we'll cover how to search and register using a web browser starting from the library's website. Start by opening up a web browser, and in the search or address bar, type in broward.org/library. This should bring up the library's webpage. Once you have it, scroll down to where you can see the events and tap View All Upcoming Events. From there, tap View Calendar. From here, there are a number of ways to search. You can use the Location, Age Group, Event Type, and Today buttons to search for kinds of events and filter your search results. You can tap any date on the calendar to bring up the events for that day. Or you can search through date ranges. Tap on the Date Range tab, and then enter the start and end of the period that you want to search through. In our example here, we'll see if there are any yoga classes over the next month. So after entering the date range, we enter yoga into the search bar, and that brings up a chair yoga class set during that date range. When you find an event that looks good, tap Register. If you picked an event that's done regularly, you may see a screen like this, with many dates and times to register for. As you can see, this is a class that repeats pretty often, so we have so many options that we may need to play around with zooming the screen in and out. When you find the date and time that you want, tap on the checkmark box to the left of it, then scroll down and tap the Register button. This will bring up the registration form. If you're using a mobile phone screen, you may need to zoom the screen in and out or scroll from side to side in order to get every field. Usually only your name and your email address are necessary to finish the registration. After entering all the information you need, tap Submit. Next, we'll cover how to search and register using the BCL app. Open the Broward County Library app, and on the starting page you should see a button for events. Tap it, and by default it will bring up a page with everything scheduled for that day. Use the arrow buttons on the top of the screen to browse day by day. When you find an event that interests you, tap Register. For example, here's the same event from the last example. And tapping Register brings up the same web page with the dates and times that we saw in our last example. So from here, follow the same steps. Check the box next to the date and time that you want and tap Register. And that brings up the same form. Fill out the required information and tap Submit. The end result of all this is that you should receive a registration email in the email account that you entered in the previous forms. The registration email is what you need to reserve your spot in the conference. One thing to bear in mind when you do receive the emails: every online event put on by Broward County will be in Webex. Some of the library's partner organizations will also have events that are in the library's event calendar but hold their conferences through Zoom or other conferencing software. Next up, the app itself. You will need to have the Webex app installed on your phone or tablet before you can attend a meeting. This app is available for free from the App Store or Play Store. You're looking for an app called Cisco Webex Meetings from the Cisco company. It should be the first result you get from simply searching Webex, but make sure the name and manufacturer are correct before downloading, just in case. Once you have the app downloaded and installed into your phone, you are ready to attend online events and classes with Broward County Library. For most Webex meetings, you need to register before you can join. As soon as you request a spot or get invited to a conference, you should receive a registration email. The subject line of the email should read something like Invitation to Web Seminar and should contain the name and contact information of the person or organization hosting the event. Scroll down through the email and you'll find the registration link. This will open up a web page with links to register or join. If you haven't done so yet, tap Register. Enter an email address that you can access through your phone or tablet, and then tap Next. On the next page, fill out the required information. If you're attending as an individual, you can skip the fields about organizations. Once you have everything you need entered, tap Submit. And that's that for registration. When you're finished with registration, you should receive another email in the same format as the previous one, but with a Join link where the Register one was before. The email will also contain any passwords or codes required by a private conference. When it's time for the conference to start, open the email and tap Join. Not every Webex meeting requires a password, but if yours does, then you'll be prompted to enter the password from that previous email after you tap Join. And with that, you're in. As soon as you log in, you should see yours and the presenter's screen. Here you can see that both have blank screens initially, and in this example, the presenter then begins sharing this Word document. Your view is set to vertical by default, but you can change that depending on the orientation of your phone or tablet. To chat with participants using the phone interface, first enter the participant screen. Here we can see the two presenters, both using the main library's account, and one attendee. You may be able to see other attendees' names, or they may be hidden from you based on how the host set up the meeting. At the bottom of the participant screen, you'll see the chat button. Tap it and you'll get options for who you can trade messages with. All panelists will bring up a chat log of you and the host and the presenters. All attendees will do the same, but for yourself and every other guest. Everyone brings up a chat log that everyone can add to. Here's an example of asking questions to presenters in chat. Notice that the attendees' dialog boxes are in blue and the panelists are in gray. And here you can see that the previous chat messages from the presenter log stayed in the log when it switched to everyone. Here is your More Options screen. And here is the Settings screen. You can use an autocorrect for background noise, change your connection options, change the layout of your screen, and adjust the details of your camera input. Depending on how the conference is set up, more or fewer options may be available. The Change Audio button allows you to switch between audio coming in and out through the app or through your normal phone functions. If you select Call In, you'll be given a phone number to call and a code to enter, and your phone will treat the audio as if it were an ordinary phone call instead of coming in and out from the app. If the normal audio options aren't working, this may fix the issue. The Polling button is used to access polls that the presenter creates. At times, the presenter may ask the audience to vote on something or give a survey response. When that happens, the polling button will allow you to access the vote. If the vote isn't active, it will just show this screen by default. The Q&A button will bring up the Q&A interface. This differs from normal chat functions where you have a freely flowing chat log. Here, an attendee creates a question that is its own discrete log. The panelist closes out the log by answering it. Thank you for watching. With this, you should be able to attend a Webex conference using any mobile device. Broward County Libraries is currently offering a wide variety of classes, discussions, and meetings over the Webex platform. You can go to broward.org/library, click on Events, and then Online Calendar to view and register for any events you would like. Thank you, and we hope to see you there.